was a victimless crime. Go on then, we're live.
Yo, welcome to Team RaddTitan to chat 220. This is the longest running collectors chat in the game. So welcome everybody that's here. Keeping it all locked into RaddTitan. We're going to be just having a little catch up and vice versa. We ain't got no guests on today, so we're going to be catching up with you lot, seeing what's been going on, answering some of your questions, and then we'll probably skip off, start another stream, and then go through the pictures and all of the latest updates over the last week. Mm-hmm. Alex is in Poland and he's eating some sort of cock-shaped instrument. I don't know what that was. What did you put him at?
Chocolate brownie.
I look like a sausage. Maybe I'm seeing what I want to see.
Well, I mean, funny enough, today.
You get some cock, did you?
Well, that's another story, but hey, said he loved me. We done Christmas food shopping and stuff like that. So Natalia and I went to like supermarket, and over here things are quite cheap. And we ended up spending like £200 in the supermarket, which is quite a lot for here. But the funny thing is Natalia's mum went to this this farm shop, and she went and bought like loads of like cured meats and things. So she come back and she had this massive bag and must have weighed about 4 kilos. Literally, like she's like going to me, like opening up this thing, taking out a little wrapper, pulling it out, going, "Yeah, this is like cured pork neck. Do you want to try?" I was like, "Off."
She's talking to the right fucking guy, yeah.
Yeah. And then she's like, "Oh, this is like cured fillet." I was like, "Yep, go for it." Yeah, there was cured tenderloin. All these like sausages, all these like dried sausage. Oh man, their meat stuff is great. Literally for dinner, no carbs, just a fucking plate of probably about 700-800 grams of just meat. That was my dinner.
Sounds like heaven.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah.
It reminds me of when we went to Madrid for my stag do, and then you ordered out the window, didn't you? Like a dickhead. It's like, yeah, what's that hanging over there? What's that hanging up there?
No. We went
and then you were like, they were like, yeah,
like,
yeah, I'll have like 4 slices of that, please. And it's like fucking €25 a slice.
No, we went in the bar, didn't we? We were like there, and the guy's like, "Do you do any snacks?" Because the good thing about Spain, which I love about Spain, being Jewish and cheap, is I love the way that when you order a round of beers, they give you like a little plate of something. They just give you like, they throw in this little fucking plate of shit, and you're like,
maybe they knew coronavirus was coming.
Yeah. So basically now it's like, we're looking around, and I'm like, I see this big like Berserk ham or whatever it is, and I'm like, yeah, can we get like couple of like plate with that, a couple of slices, and some like some ciabatta or whatever. What was it called? What was it when you have like the bread with the tomato and the stuff on top of it? It's called something, isn't it? Anyway, so that bruschetta, yeah. So we had that, and then they come over and they're like, just the ham alone, it was like €26, and I was just like, what? It was like 3 fucking paper thin slices of ham.
Let me just adjust you. There was no we. Can we just get this? It was, can I just get this? And then when you sat down and it was like €60 of fucking meat on your plate, you were like, anybody want to try a slice of this?
Well, I think the thing about
anybody want to taste it? We're all just like, nah, no.
I think the thing about that as well is I didn't offer Justin because I know he's a cheap fuck. So. All right, so who we got in the house today? So watching live, we've got Happy JCG. He's early today. He's actually working on his cabinets. Did you see his pictures of his cabinets he's doing?
I haven't really been online today, to be honest, man.
Solid carpentry there. Solid work, man.
Oh, does he do it? Is he a chippy? Yeah. Is he a chippy?
I don't know if he's doing it himself. He just put pictures up of him doing his big like frames of them, and I was like looking.
Oh, wait a minute! Was one of them a Hulk on the top of them and the thing on top of that? Yeah. Did fuck me? Look, even when I ain't looking, I see shit. Yeah, man, look good.
So yeah, they look good work there. Roman helmets, boots. Talking about the old style Godzilla you were talking about the other day, weren't you?
I was, man. Me and my boy sat through King Kong versus Godzilla, original motherfucker.
Whiskey today, so
it's well funny, man. It's just so funny.
He told me about
and it's dubbed as well, which is brilliant.
Oh man, I hate that.
There's a bit where it's like he's got the woman Kong, and he's got the woman in one of the geezer's wife, or whatever it is, and he's like drugged up from the bomb, the powder thing that's in the bomb, these berries, and it's well badly dubbed. The guy just looks like he's going, yeah, like shouting, and it's like, you ugly monster, you let her go, and his mouth doesn't move. It's fucking so bad. I was just like, shit, but George was cool. George was good. He was just like, yeah.
Some of the old dub Japanese style, that stuff is pretty bad. Stuck up on Inferno. Good evening, chaps. Festive salutations.
Salutations, my friend. Salutations.
Salutations. I can't speak.
And to you, brother. God bless.
We've tried the whiskey is already kicking in. Jesus.
Today's chat is sponsored by Old Moat.
Well, or we're going to go with the Johnny Walker Gold Reserve. We can go with that as well.
I like that fucking one, that bottle that they did. That was like the what do you call them? The Ice Walkers. What was they call them?
Oh yeah, they did a few of them. I got one. I think I finished it now, but it was the White Walker.
Yeah, that's just so clever.
Smart,
with a plate on his name. Yeah, clever, very clever. I remember you had the bottle at your house. I was like, I need to get a bottle of that shit. It's cool.
I had about 4 of them.
Should have asked them.
Had. Yeah. I remember we drunk here, and then we drank some, and then we were literally like, because you have to put it in the freezer. So we drunk it, and then we end up like waiting for a taxi.
Why'd you have to put it in the freezer for?
It's just kind of the way it is. That one's like a one that you freeze, but it doesn't freeze. Obviously, it just goes really cold. But what happens as well is when you put it in the freezer, it's like the writing on the side comes out when it's cold.
Oh, that's fucking.
So literally, the side is plain, and then when you put it in the freezer, the part that says winter is coming appears on the side of the bowl.
That's very cool, man. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd probably drink that because it's cold. I mean, the problem I have with like spirits in general is they taste like a cup of warm piss. I like every drink to be cold. Like, it has to be cold.
Well, you can, yeah. I mean, I've
had it coffee. Literally, I won't touch anything that's lukewarm. Not a fucking chance. It's like the most horrible thing.
But the funny one, sorry, with the White Walker was so we had a few drinks in it, and then we got in a cab, and we were a bit like, "Ooh, that's hit quite hard," and we started busting out the bro signs. So it started being a bit like, well, I think what it is because you're drinking it, it's cold, and when it hits the stomach, it kind of does this and reacts in a different way, so it kind of passes through a bit more, gets in there, quicker. We started doing all this bro science shit, and then when we got
doesn't sound too bro science. Sounds like two spastics trying to sound smart.
Oh yeah.
To me.
When we got home, picked up the bowl to put it back in the freezer because I left it on the table, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's nearly empty. It's nothing to do with that bro science shit. It's actually we just drunk a lot of it."
What's the score?
What's the score?
It's got to be like 85, 87 minutes.
1-0.
Who?
Who's that? Edison Cavani.
Cavani. Come on, back in. Come on. Fucking go on, Edison. I was watching up to about 70 minutes and then had to come 70, 72 minutes and had to come in here. And Alex sent me a message going, how we looking? I was so close going, not fucking good.
Well, I was ready. I was ready. But the thing is my fucking missus starts doing this. Like she's made panna cotta in like a silicone tray and she's trying to lift it up and she's spilling it everywhere. So that was fun. She's like shouting at mum in Polish. Anyway,
wish her love, man. I like her a lot. She's nice.
She's in trouble. She's in trouble at the moment. Don't you?
With you?
No, I'm joking. Jason M, what's up, everyone? Richard Guthier. Hello, everyone. I hope all is well. Did you start another account, Richard? Because I got a friend request from another guy called Richard. Richard Guthier, different profile. Rome Ross, yo, what up? What up?
Merry Christmas, all Merry Christmas. Everyone there. So we're doing a special Christmas show.
And they're talking to each other, so fuck them. Facebook user, if you're commenting on Facebook, apparently you have to approve the app to get your name to come up on here. So, hi friends, don't know who that is, but hi.
Welcome,
what's up, my dudes? What's up, Bobby? Hope all's good. Edwin Diaz.
Sup, motherfucker.
I know it was Edwin Diaz's birthday the other day, but I don't know which one.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Couple. Anashi, What's up, guys? Back again. Always make my week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
These compliments. Adrian Montoya. Yo.
Yo.
Yo. Facebook user. Edwin. And also with the Facebook user shit, if you think you're being smart and you want to try and troll, once we go back to Facebook, we can see who you are. Happy Christmas, chaps. Have to bounce to hang with the family. Just wanted to wish everyone the best. Take care, man. Thanks for popping in.
God, what do you mean you're hanging with the family? Fucking breaking lockdown rules, you motherfucker, you.
No, they ain't gone out there, have they?
Have they? Is it just us then? Man,
yeah, they do what the fuck they want, and they get more free money, and then they're complaining about it being $600 because last time it was more, wasn't it?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Yeah, they're getting more money. Punisher X says RaddTitan, my favourite chat show. Always keep it real. Thank you, man. I actually found Punisher XS posted a picture. He asked me about his about my Jason, Friday the 13th Jason, and I told him about it. He went and bought one, and he took some pictures of it in the grass. So he put the statue in the grass. It actually looked pretty cool.
I bet it did, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a man standing there. It was really cool.
I love it when people do that. There's this guy that does it with toys. It's fucking amazing.
Good. What's that?
There's a guy who does it with toys. He does it with like Star Wars toys, and it was really cool.
Oh, there's loads of different ones. There's one where they do, they have like puddles and they make
sand and smoke and all sorts of shit.
There's ones that do like there's a guy who does it with Transformer toys as well, where he takes the Transformer toys and he actually takes a still image from the cartoon and then reenacts it with his toys.
Really I watched that Bumblebee, by the way.
What do you think?
You well overplayed the Cybertron card. It's like very short and fucking what's his name? Yeah, I saw the whole film, man. There's like 2 little bits. It's not very long. I mean, it needs to be much longer than that. I was hoping that there would be more.
Yeah, I know that's the problem.
And then what's his name? Soundwave. It's like a very minor part. Like it's so minor. I thought there'd be more.
But when he does it, though, that is fucking cool. Come on.
No, you fucking cock tease. It wasn't that good. I expected so much more to be going on. It was not bad. Not a bad film. And Georgie loved it. I let Georgie watch it, and he loved it. So I think
it's one of
because they're all like changing from vehicles. He likes vehicles and shit. So I was trying to get him into the first Transformers today, but he was not interested. I don't think he'd be interested if Optimus turns up. Then he probably might be interested.
I think the problem with a lot. I mean, this one's meant to be more like a teen girl movie.
Yeah, it was definitely aimed at. Yeah, it got George a lot more than the first Transformers. He just was like, no. He was just like, no.
First Transformers and this one are the two ones I like. I didn't mind Bumblebee. I actually really enjoyed the fight scenes with Bumblebee. Are really good. I think his fight scenes are really good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Too.
John Cena is terrible. John Cena is so bad.
No, he's such a bad actor in that, isn't he?
It's
bad when you're singling out fucking John Cena in Bumblebee. It's really bad.
He's well bad in that.
It's pretty bad.
Prince Daymore. Good day, fellas. Good day. Adam, hope you're feeling good, bro. Hope you had a good birthday as well. Danny Lee. Happy holidays, everyone. Hello. Hey, guys. Facebook user. Critical Mass. Sorry, I just skipped all the way down the bottom. Critical Mass. What's up, Gio and Alex? Hope all is well. Hope you're well too. Don't know who that is, but hope you're well. Ronald Kamar. Hello, boys. Buster Nut Bar. What's up, Titans? What's up?
That's funny.
Boombox. What's up, RT Gang? That's Josh. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to do your video yet. Got loads of videos to do. I've done a video yesterday. It took me ages to edit. It got blocked. So it was like, thanks, Alex. I'm building them myself, learning as I go. That's your first attempt, man. You've done well. Done really well.
Yeah, we usually end up in A&E and someone's fucking needing stitches.
And
there's no cabinet either. Like they don't look like that when it's finished either. It's just a couple of bits of wood with blood stain all over them.
I cut my hand 4 times just trying to open a coconut earlier. Jesus. Merry Christmas, guys. Hope you and your family are doing good. Hope you're good too, Chris. King Kong vs. Godzilla is one of my favourite comedies.
It is really much. It's just so funny, man. You got to laugh. You just got to laugh.
That's what Lobo is. What's Lobo Mad?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, Sarnian.
Sarnian.
Zarnian. Zarnian. It's like a silent C, isn't it? It's not like Carnian.
Very
It's
early
like
Christmas.
Zarnian.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Cheers to you both. Which one of you are picking up Queen Stuart's half-scale Broke Mountain diorama? It wouldn't surprise me if they are making one. Evening, gents. Who the hell is drinking warm piss? At work, I wanted to check in and say hi, guys. Hi, hope all's good.
Pay to play, motherfucker. That's the win.
Luch in the house. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Why does it sound like you've got like a Hoover gun off in your place? Is there someone hoovering or something?
No. What do you mean? It's like a hum.
I can hear
Oh, maybe it's my laptop going off. Maybe my laptop's overheating. Yeah. Got Teddy behind me. God. Peter Ruin, gentlemen. And let's get through these. Danny Lee. How do you guys feel about the CBCS graded books, or are you guys strictly CGC? I owned a few CBCS books. I owned, I think 4 or so. I sold some off, and I actually got the other 2 cross-cased, which you can do with CGC. They do like a half-price cross-casing, which I can't remember what the price was, but it wasn't very expensive. I had first appearance of Luke Cage and I can't remember the other one, but I had something else as well. I think it was an early Clayton Crane Venom versus Carnage comic. I had them cross-graded, and they both got exactly the same grade. So
that's good. That's positive.
CBCS are meant to be quite legit in the grading area that they predict the comic to be. And apparently the guy who started up CBCS was actually a past employee of CGC, so they are meant to be quite well respected. Just stay clear of PGX. You know, they're the ones that if you get something graded by them, you're bound to lose a grade or a grade and a half when you take it to CGC if you do. And also they'll sell for much less. So try to stay clear of CBCX. See, God, what's it? Sorry, I just said it.
PGX.
PGX, sorry. Too many letters. Happy holidays, King Dark Cross. Facebook users, wait, they can't see who's saying what on Facebook. I can check it. I can check it.
Is the game over?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Full time, and it's 2-0.
Don't lie. Was it 2-0?
Yeah, Andy Marl.
Anthony Martial.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, he scored in 96 minutes.
So they tried to give him time. Fucking dirty bastards. Tried to give Everton more time.
Great video, guys. Learning a lot from them. Glad someone is. Try not to quote us, though. Buster Marks, Evening Gents.
Yo.
And got quite a few comments. Getting loads of comments coming. But hope you included the custom pics I sent you today. I wanted to get some thoughts from the fellas on Nihilist and Super Scroll. Oh, you changed your name on there then, Briggs Table. That's why I thought you were Super Soldier before. I thought you were trying to confuse me now by changing your name up. Yeah, I got the Annihilus and Super Scroll pics in there. I had them. I had the Annihilus ones already, so we threw them in. Martin Gruchak. Sorry. Hi, everyone. Great to catch you live. Great for you to be here. Cole Knowles. Anyone here ordered the Phoenix Saga diorama from MFA? Got the pictures of that coming up. Yeah.
Quite cool, that.
Get your boys into Beast Wars, Geo. My favourite Transformers, the one I grew up with.
That's where they're all sort of animals and dinosaurs and shit. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Georgia Lakes. Hope you're both great. Much love, Gary. Gary Speed, the house. Buster Marks. Owen Sean. My wife and I are supposed to be in London for work now, but I had to cancel because of the pandemic. Sorry to hear that, man. Sucks. Makes my wife sad, but was hoping to meet you and the missus. Needed that steak place you took me to. Yeah, that would be. There's a chain. There's a good chain, actually. Isn't she very heavily pregnant? So you wouldn't want to be travelling at the moment. think she's quite heavily pregnant. Also, we won't mention the casino then. Forensic Collector, happy holidays, Titan. Happy holidays, Liam Best. What's up, people? How is everyone? Not
All
too
good,
bad,
man. All good in the hood.
Blank comment. There
Just
you go.
test.
Everton nil, Man United 2. Game ended.
Yeah, that means we're into the semi-final, which is great. Hopefully, hopefully we'll get one of the easier sides. Maybe I think Brentford are through. Maybe get them. Leave Man City and Tottenham to go out.
I don't care. Denny Ferreira, hi all from Sydney, Australia. I hope everybody's well. Hope you're doing good too. Asani Bucky, Jamie, newcomer of the year, has been killing it with the anime pieces. I don't know if any of them are actually in hand yet, though. Jamie's Palace. I learned from the video running the sports to shelves. Well, that was probably about 5 years ago now. I don't think we've taught anything new since then.
That's it. That's a highlight.
Isn't that called Fergie time, talking about the 96 minutes?
Not when the game's not a fucking Old Trafford, it's not. It's called fucking Carlo Ancelotti time.
Changed my name, sorry I didn't tell you. You're trying to keep me
keep you on your toes. Yeah, don't go nowhere.
Shit about the casino. Well, I was alright because I won, but yeah. What she does know won't yeah, man, that was quick that your board went. Anyway, I paid to pass the time, and I ended up winning. I think £160, but it's all right. All right. So, anything you want to ask us in the first part of this? This is going to be just like the little chit chat part. We're going to go over all the kind of collectibles afterwards. I mean, I do have a couple of my top fives here. I don't have the images for them, but I do have a couple under here actually because I've got the bit of card. I've got my top 5 most expensive pieces, my top 5 favourite CGCs, my top 5 regrets, and that's what I've got there.
As in statue regrets, as in...
Yeah, but yeah.
You got something on the back there, did you check that one?
Yeah, we did that the other week.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we did that the other week. I'll go through my top 5 CGCs. You want to do that? Do you know off the top of your head, or is yours quite tough, isn't it?
No.
You don't know?
It'll probably be like first appearances or something, maybe, most likely.
Your first appearance of Venom has gone up. Carnage has gone up. Yeah. Your Venom is... I don't know. What you got, 9.6?
Yeah. Yeah, well, one of them is newsstand though. Carnage is a newsstand. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it's a 9.6 newsstand. So
I'm not off the top of my head, but like £400 or something, maybe a bit more. And then the Venom is probably 9.6 newsstand. It's probably about £600-700 now. Maybe more. I don't know. It's gone up a lot.
That was useful. You just like come up with a number and like I don't know. Is it that number or is it not that number?
No, I'm being conservative. So yeah, I think you're right on those because I think they've gone up quite a bit. So from what you paid, because you paid like £160 for your Carnage one, didn't you, or something?
Yeah, about 160 for Carnage, and then I think Venom was not much more because had a cracked case. I think they were like heavily subsidising. I think it might have been like 200 quid for the Venom.
That's
190, 200, probably shit. Maybe 190 plus a tenner.
Traded for I traded for my 4.0.
No.
I mean, with my comics anyway. I mean, I actually just got some pressed and cleaned by CGC, and I think I told you like basically like. But the thing is if anyone wants to press and clean comics, don't get CGC to do it. It's a waste of money, really. I mean, I got some of the comics back, and I can still see creases in them, that should be pressed out. And it's a bit like you look at them and you're like, yeah, I just paid a premium to get that pressed and clean. It should be done properly. And if you send it to some boy like the boy in UK called James Gower. He does such a amazing job. His job is really good. So that's kind of the place to go someone who's trusted, and go elsewhere.
I wouldn't touch TGC for pressing and cleaning anyway after what they did to mine. Never.
Yeah, well, I got 4. No, I got 5 pressed, and 4 of them were actually in cases and already graded. And out of those 4, 2 stayed the same and 1 went up, I think it was. So, wait a minute.
What happened to the other one?
Oh, no, sorry, 5. No, sorry, 5 were cracked, pressed and cleaned, and 1 of them was just pressed and cleaned. The one that was pressed and cleaned, it got like a 3.5, which I thought it would get maybe a 4, 4.5, but that got 3.5.
Out of the 5 that were in a case, how many went up?
3 stayed the same and 2 went up by 0.5. But it was hardly worth it.
How much does it cost though to do that? Like
these ones are more expensive. I don't know, because these ones are like the prices vary because of the value of the comic.
So give me a rough give me just a guess.
I honestly don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. Like £60 each.
Is that it? Not too bad.
Yeah, £60 each, I think it was. But the thing is it was like my Amazing Spider-Man 129 was a 7.5, but it had it had printers ink all over it. And that one come back as an 8, that was quite nice. My Silver Surfer number 4, signed by Stan Lee, was a 6.5, and my Silver Surfer 1, signed by Stan Lee, was a 4.0. So if I wanted to press and clean them, I can only go by CGC.
Yeah, because it's signed. Yeah.
Signed. So they both stayed the same. But the thing is they were my comics before, and they were never pressed and cleaned, and they easily should have been bumped a little bit, I think. And my Fantastic Four 47 and 48 were 5.5, and 47 went up by 0.5. So it's hardly worth it. Hardly worth it, really. But
I don't really know. But I mean, if the 2 that went up took the value of them up more than what you've invested, then it's a win, right?
Yeah, I guess you could look at it.
But that's the logical way to look at it. It's the only way to look at it.
When you look at it, it's quite it's quite minimal bumpage for the effort and the risk.
After what happened to me, you're just lucky that they didn't come back lower.
After what happened to you, it's retarded to do it.
I don't understand why you'd ever do it. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, I know that Buster Marks, he's pressed and cleaned his own comics now. He's doing his own comics.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's got his own setup in his garage. His missus helps him. He's doing well. Does XM offer economy shipping to UK and Europe? I don't think so at the moment. Sure, afraid. Huh?
Like a boat shit. And Giza brings it over on a canoe for fucking 300 quid.
What you guys watching?
27 weeks.
I just got into Peaky Blinders. Buddy recommended it. It's a pretty good show. I was just doing Peaky Blinders. I haven't finished the last season yet, though. Kind of. Problem with me is I watch TV shows and I get quite bored, and I lose interest. I just, even though I haven't got a lot of episodes left, I'll lose interest. Like with Vikings, as soon as one of the main characters passed, and then the story just went downhill, and I'm just like, I can't bother to watch it anymore.
I love Vikings.
Like that. Well, even after
I've been watching. I started Cobra Kai this year.
Yeah.
And obviously waiting the season 3 starts in January. Can't wait for that to start. I've been watching a little bit of The Crown. My wife likes that, so that's been on a bit, which is quite interesting. But I do have a shit. I like post and go on my phone, do other bollocks, but it's sort of on the background. It's one of them things you can sort of loosely follow. But it's all right. Yeah, and then I finished watching. I think it's called The Fall.
Oh yeah.
The Fall with Gillian Anderson's a bit hot, I never fancied her in.
She's aged very well.
I never fancied her in. What's it fucking called? I can't remember what it's called.
X-Files.
Yeah.
X-Files.
X-Files I wasn't bothered at all by her. And then I've been watching this, and I'm just a bit like, yeah, she's quite fucking hot. There's no doubt.
She's aged, yeah, she aged very well. Yeah. She was in something recently. I think it was it
Sex
Umbrella Academy
Education.
or.
Sex Education. She's in. She's funny in that.
But yeah, so I just started watching The Strain again. The funny thing about The Strain is I've watched the first season now 3 times. I've gone now on the second season with Natalia, but I keep watching up to a point and then stop watching it. I need to get to the end of it. I need to know what happens at the end. But I keep kind of stopping mission, and it's finished. There's only 4 seasons, so I should get through it.
That's also a problem though. If you start something that's like got a lot, and you're like watching all of the seasons all of the time, because really they're not really designed to be made that way. And you do that. That's the problem with you. You're a binger, you. So you sit down and you'll watch like 4 hours, and it's by like 2 hours in, you're just wasting your time now because your attention span is affected, and it's not designed for that. These shows are meant to be on like once a week, and they're filmed in a way like that. They're scripted in a way that is that. So if you're sitting there and you're watching, fucking episode after episode after episode, all that ends up happening is you get a lot of this repetitive sort of storytelling, because they're trying to remind you of last week that you may have done other things in your life, watched other things and forgotten all about it. So it has a little bit of this repetitive nature to it. So you've got to be very careful with that.
That's the case, like with a lot of the stuff when you rewatch older stuff and you binge it for sure. If you watch, I was watching Banshee recently. I watched all of that. Good show, very good show. But then a lot of the newer stuff, it's not the same way. The older stuff you watch it, you have like a pattern, literally a pattern to the episodes. Like when you watch Burn Notice, it's a pattern to the thing. It's like you need some money, and then it's like he takes a job, and then it's this, and then, just kind of like the same structure every episode.
I'm quite funny as well.
Progression. Yeah.
I like things to be quite merry as well. Like I like watch Frasier every day. I just enjoy that. It makes me feel good. And I kind of like Everybody Loves Raymond as well. That comes on in the morning. I just think that's funny.
I used to like it, but it gets a bit annoying. I like the mum and the dad; they're quite funny. But the actual funny thing is, Raymond is the worst one. I think his brother's better than him. I think
his brother's hilarious. I was watching the other day that his brother he didn't like it. Ray Romano didn't like him. Not like on a personal level, but he didn't, because he has a brother. I think Ray Romano has a brother. Had an idea for his brother, and when he was like being touted to do the part, to like audition, he didn't want him, because he's like massive and he's like, like a physical, big guy, and so just that he just was like, that's not what I'm sort of wanting. And he was lucky that guy, the brother, he auditioned. Romano couldn't be there, so he went into his audition and he knew that he wasn't feeling him. He knew he wasn't wanting him to take the part. And apparently he auditioned and Ray Romano couldn't be there. There was some sort of crisis and he had to go. So then he did his thing and they loved him. So they basically said to Ray, we're gonna cast him. So he wouldn't have got it otherwise. So them little moments like that of luck, but he wouldn't have got in there otherwise.
Do you watch Big Bang Theory?
I used to. I got to be honest. It gets old really quick.
Yeah.
It gets a bit old really quick. The characters are just so far away from reality. It's very difficult. Like that's the thing with like, I think with Frasier and stuff, is they're all people that are real, that can be real, and I can understand that. Like when they're on, like, I can sort of relate to some of them. I've met people similar to that, and I know people like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? But when you get into Big Bang Theory, it's like I don't recognize any. I've never met anyone that's like any of them.
Yeah.
Maybe fucking the waitress who works in a cheese factory is as close as you're gonna be. The cheesecake place. That's as close as you're ever gonna fucking get. Everybody else, no.
Statue of Regret sounds cool. We'll do it next week if George gets his fucking list together. Then we'll do.
I can do Statue of Regrets if you want to do that. I could probably think of one.
Okay, well, I'll go first then. I got pictures for him this time though, but my number 5 is going to be the Sideshow Brown Wolverine on the Snow.
Is this stuff you've bought? Yeah, is it regrets that you've sold, or is it Is it just things you've bought?
These are things I regret buying.
Oh, okay, all right. So these are the regrets of things that you have bought.
Yes.
Right. Okay. All right.
Purchased.
What was your first one?
Number 5 would be the Brown Wolverine by Sideshow Collectibles, where he's on the stone. He looks like Quagmire.
That's a fucking shit piece, isn't it? That's fucking horrible, that piece.
You bought that too. Because you
bought it. Yeah, but you didn't learn. I bought it first, and you come round and saw it and still bought it, you dizzy fuck. You were waiting for mine to arrive.
Time now.
Yeah, you lying little gypsy. It's not
you
exactly
sold
what happened.
You sold that to Paul Coogan, didn't you?
Yeah, you fucking idiot. Yeah, fucking. Okay, so regrets that I've bought.
Purchased. Yes.
Who?
Purchased. Yes.
Purchased. Okay. I think the first one's going to have to be the X-Force Deadpool, only because I love the piece. It's a nice piece. There's nothing wrong with the statue. So before anyone out there who's got it starts fucking pressing the red thumb, it's got nothing to do with that statue. I just had a really shit experience, and I actually got rid of the piece. Probably mostly based on that experience, because you don't really get over things like that when they arrive and there's so much wrong with it. The straps were ripped, there was fucking scuffs everywhere, the blades had some sort of oxidization that had happened to them on the chrome, where they had these spots on them that wouldn't come off. The swords, yeah, you couldn't get these fucking spots off them. There was a scuff across the eye, on the fucking eyebrow, there was marks all over it. It just looked like someone used it as a fucking, stuck up someone's ass. It was in terrible state. It was quite disappointing. So that would probably be my number 5.
I love that video though.
Well then,
if you type in RaddTitan X-Force Deadpool, click on that video and skip to the second half of it, and all it is it's an edit of George just swearing. Go, what the fuck is this? Why is that there? What the fuck? Where the fuck? Well, buddy. My number 4 is going to be the Sideshow Collectibles Green Hulk premium format. The one where they brought out the one where you can see behind George now, the red version of it. The green one that I had was dog shit. Absolute dog shit. It's one of the it is probably, I think it's the only piece I've contacted Sideshow and said to them, take this back. That was it. I just said to them, this ain't good enough. Take it back. The only piece I've ever done that with. It was just
the thing. The thing that you have to remember with
the head and the body didn't match. The base. I think what happened was we unboxed the Red Hulk, and when we unboxed the Red Hulk, the base made sense. The base is melting because the Red Hulk generates heat, so you're melting all the metal. But that doesn't make sense with the Green Hulk. It looks like he's crushing it, so okay, you might be able to get away with it, but it just doesn't quite look right.
Still got melted metal all over the base.
Yeah, the head just was like really smooth, and the body really heavily textured matte. And the
still
head
the same.
Totally different color.
It's still the same. I still have the same problem with the Red Hulk, even though it's been repainted. The heads are very smooth.
But the color was so different.
Oh yeah, of course. That's a different thing. But in terms of the texturing, though, it is the same on both. It is the same. Probably is with the grey too. It's very smooth, like almost porcelain-like face, isn't it? And the body is like on marks, scratches, and indents in it and everything. And this is a very good point, because this is what happens when you recycle a sculpt and you copy your own concept. So the Red Hulk concept fits the character, right? So it fits the character completely. Wait there. Well, let me just let this dog in. He's fucking doing me a I can't even barking. I'll wake the baby up. I'm gonna have to fucking kill someone right there.
To buy a fucking dog at some point. He's got this little he's only listed. He's got a really bad dog here at the moment. But yeah, the Green Hulk premium format of the 3, the green version for me was a big letdown. We saw the red one. We done the review. Really liked the look of the Red Hulk. had high expectations for the green version. They come in and terrible, absolutely terrible for me. It didn't fit. Nothing.
Tell you what, never ever buy a fucking French bulldog ever.
Yeah.
It's got into this thing at the moment because you know Christmas cards and people posting Christmas cards and all that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody walks past a fucking house, a dog's barking every fucking time. You're like sitting there and it's like, you think you're getting fucking burgled every 5 minutes. Anyway, so yeah, they reused their concept to fit all the characters, and they didn't make enough changes. They copied it was the same pose, which actually is more of a Red Hulk type of pose. You know, if you look at all the comic books like Fall of the Hulks and all that sort of shit where he starts, it's very much the pose that is quite used, that sort of hunched over, leaning forward with like one fist and a hand open. That's very much sort of like his sort of forte, you know. He's used a lot. So I don't know. I felt that that was a serious downside of that piece, was that they did that. I think they sold the Hulk short, and I think they sold the Grey Hulk quite short as well, because the base doesn't make any fucking sense either.
Yeah. What's your next one then?
I think mine's going to have to be the Great Ultron premium format from Sideshow Collectibles that I got in. Really? That was fucking shit. No, listen to what I'm saying. The Great Ultron premium format, not the Pro.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That shit thing with the fucking the light up and the fucking horrible piece. Horrible piece, horrible execution. The base is far too wide. It doesn't fit anywhere because it's so unnecessarily wide. It's got very little detail sort of on it. The light thing across the chest and eyes is fucking wank. It's just, it's not a nice piece at all.
I don't remember it being that bad.
Yeah, because I didn't have it for long. That piece was in and out of my collection within a month.
Did we review it?
Gone. No, because it wasn't in for very long. Literally. No, we didn't get a chance. It was in and out. It was in and out, bro. I'm telling you.
Are you sure we didn't review it? We reviewed everything at one point.
Dude, I'm telling you, that piece was in and gone. As soon as I could find someone to buy the fucking thing, it was gone.
Ultron.
Great Ultron premium format.
There's me looking pretty young in 2018.
Good for you. 2 years ago. Can't have been that young.
I don't know, I look like I've aged quite a lot. That means all I've got now is adverts. I mean, when I'm trying to look so I try and look at like our own videos, look at adverts.
How dare they?
How dare they? So, no, this is a really classic one. So this is actually an older video, but it's been we re-showed it. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think we reviewed it.
It weren't in for long enough.
Yeah. Here you go. Great Ultron premium format, 2015.
I think it's Mike's.
Great Ultron. Oh, well, you think we reviewed it at Mike's house?
I don't know. Have a look and see. Is it ours?
No.
Is it mine?
No,
is it mine?
Yeah, it's ours. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. See, no, it's at Mike's house. Yeah, it's at Mike's house. All right.
I should have known better. It really wasn't in my house long enough.
Well, that's why, because we reviewed it at Mike's house. We wouldn't have bothered to review it again. My number 3. Ooh. That's hard, actually. My number 3 is going to be a joint effort, and it's going to be the PCS 1/3 Ninjas. I think the Scorpion was worse, but they're just as bad as each other. For the amount of time they took to be released, it was unacceptable. The bases were like a tambourine. They were so hollow. The light-up were pretty poor. The tailoring was dreadful. I had a artist proof of the Scorpion, which means technically, when they say it meant that Jerry Macaluso touched up the paint himself, and then signs the base. It looked worse than the factory paint of the True. Absolutely. The paint on the
I have to be honest. If
arms
anybody
really,
told me that that fucking idiot had touched any statue, I would probably want it for cheaper.
yeah.
His
Well,
signature on it would mean I'd want it for less. Because I'd have to rub that shit out.
it was pretty cheap in the end. They fucked up so much it ended up being quite cheap. But then that's probably why it isn't higher up, is because of I don't know, yeah, I've got into details before, but I didn't pay shipping for it, whatever else, because of the way they fucked up so much. So yeah, that's my number 3. It probably would be higher if I had to pay shipping and had to do
I'd
all
be
this other
interested to see if it's higher.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 3 is probably going to surprise people. I'm going to have to go with Anti-Venom from Prime 1.
I'm not surprised.
You know, I probably have to go with that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I traded that to the XM Moon Knight, and I'm wishing now that I never ever did that. It's like a serious regret. That actually could go as number 1, to be honest. I regret it that much. I regret doing that trade that much. I thought it looked really good with the XM Venom next to it together, the black and white, you know, the textures versus like the sort of the smoothness, and you know, vice versa. It worked pretty well. I completely blame Gem Mint anyway. I completely blame him for it. I watched his video of it and he was like fucking raving about how great it was. And then when I sort of like did the trade and I got it home and I was looking at it, I was like, fucking hell. I was like, how big is that brick? How these bricks are ridiculous. How, you know, the base details are fucking shit. The paint application on it is shit. It looks like it's been dabbed on with a fucking sponge. The joins are really clear on all of the sort of parts that are sticking out. It's, you know, the difference between 2 of the heads is one's got a tongue sticking out of it, the other hasn't. And the other head, the details are really lost on the one where it's got no open mouth at all. It just looks like, I just think it's a shit piece. I've got to be honest, I really ain't a fan. And I was a bit like, you know, not only is it not great, it's not really even good. In the end, it was a bit like, no. So that was really disappointing. So I'm going to have to put that there.
Okay, my number 2. So I'm just trying to clear up my area so I can sit back a bit here. My number 2 is going to be the Christopher Reeves Superman. My reason for that is if you watch the video, you can literally see my heart breaking as I'm unboxing it. It's probably one of the times where I'm actually really, really like quite disappointed and quite upset about it, because I was really looking forward to that. I pre-ordered that on day 1. I had the Keaton Batman come in, which that's probably one of my regrets of selling, actually, is the Keaton Batman. But anyway, but the Reeves Superman came in and it was just dreadful engineering, broken pieces, scuffs everywhere. It was just the worst put together piece. And at the time as well, the price point for the Reeve took a jump up. I believe, off the top of my head, I might be wrong, but the Superman premium format was about $360, and then the Reeve took a jump up to about $440. And you know, it didn't justify that when it was unboxed, and the exclusive was just this like little crappy bit of crystal, and it was just really bad, really disappointing. Yeah.
Okay. I think my number 2. It's hard. It's hard for me to do this off the top of my head. It's harder. I probably would say, you know, maybe my number 2 is probably going to be XM Studios Daredevil.
Okay.
I got it for quite a reasonable price, and I sold it for a lot more than I got it for. So it wasn't like
nice.
It really like took a shit straight after that. It went to absolute sugar to absolute shit in a matter of fucking couple of weeks. Honestly, I sold it at the very. Huh?
Did you have something extra with that though when you sold it?
No, so it's just a standard.
You have a head or a bust or something?
No, I didn't have none of that. I didn't have that. They're quite cool. I quite like them, like the no the bandana over the eyes and the wavy thing. It adds quite a lot to the piece. I didn't have it.
Netflix one. Yeah, Netflix had
I didn't have anything like that. It was a standard one. I sold it for quite good money, considering what I got it in for.
Yeah.
I think I got it in for some type of trade that was heavily in my favour, and then I sold it for quite a lot of money.
I don't remember when you got it. Like,
don't remember what I traded for the life of me.
I don't even think we reviewed your one of that either. We reviewed Wallace's, I'm sure.
Yeah,
no, we didn't.
Yeah.
No. We reviewed Gary Speed's one at Wallace's.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it was really hard to display. It was one of them pieces that you get in, and it's not like the worst. I mean, it's got a few proportional issues with it. That's to do with the way that it's posed and things and the way it looks. It's got a couple of that lazy fucking rock grey XM base I can't stand. But I couldn't fit it really anywhere. It was really hard to get the best sort of look for it. So that was quite a big regret. Like, I mean, obviously not a regret as in because I got it in for cheap and I sold it for more, but that wasn't my intention when I got it in. So that was disappointing. It was disappointing that it's so hard to display and we couldn't get the best out of it,
Okay. My number one's obvious anyway, isn't it? It's fucking PCS Liu Kang. So, I didn't pay very much for it, but I don't know why I ordered it, but I think I ordered it. The actual prototype pictures and the videos of it in New York Comic Con actually looked pretty damn good. I got a good price on it, got it in, and it was just like, it would just become a bit of a joke piece, really. It was just like, what the fuck is this shit? And funny enough, I got the Liu Kang and the Sideshow Brown Wolverine and the Batman Premium format and the Iron Spider comic all on the same day.
Yeah, that's a busy day.
It was a busy day, and I think that took away from a lot of the pieces anyway. Even Batman left at some point, but the only one I still have is the Iron Spider.
Yeah, I don't regret any of that. I don't regret my Batman. I don't regret my Superman BFs. I love both of them pieces still. What do you think's the worst piece I've ever owned?
Probably that repainted Thanos you got. I don't like that at all. The worst piece you've ever owned. God, there's been so many pieces, hasn't there?
So many shit ones. You mean that I've owned?
No, there's just so many. It's like literally, it's been like
a hard one.
Or something. I mean, I know that we did a list before. You put in that Psylocke one, but that was sent to us. You can't use that.
That has to be. I would. Oh my god.
You can't use that. You can't use it because you didn't.
The problem is I've got a few like that though. I've got a few that when I think about pieces that really disappointed me, they are pieces that either people have sent, and it feels really unfair because I would never have invested in the first place anyway.
Well, the terms at the beginning of this game were purchased.
Fuck. All right.
Actually, well, purchase can still be traded, but not given the review.
Number one is hard. I just don't like not having a definitive, like, oh my god, remember that piece of walking monkey shit. What is it? I'm trying to think like, what I might have had. It just was like, oh my god, what was I thinking? I don't really have many of those.
You do a lot more research than I do, so.
Yeah, I'm quite bad. I really am bad.
Yeah, I could probably make a top 50,
I mean, obviously the Brown Wolverine was bad. And it didn't stay in my collection for very long. So, I like Makai Venom. I like all my Bowens I've ever owned, all my smaller stuff. I even like the Alien Warrior 1/6 scale. I like the fucking Wolf Predator that I owned at 1/5 scale. I like that piece. I can't just fucking slate these.
That little shitty Alien 3 bust.
Well, the little fucking Queen thing. No, that can't go down. By Palisades.
I had a few Palisades pieces. It's actually really nice.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do it. It isn't that bad. I mean, it's not exactly the best piece I've ever owned, but for what it was, it's not terrible. Number one's got to be really bad. For the life of me, I'm trying to think. Other than pieces
I'm trying to think of a piece.
And I'm like, oh no.
I'm trying to think of a piece where you've been really, really disappointed and be like, what the fuck is this shit? We even really have. I tell you which one could have actually made. I know maybe I should make an honourable mention. Is the J. Scott Campbell Spider-Man was pretty bad as well. I mean, I
don't think it is. I think it's an okay 1/5 Spider-Man.
No, I think the problem with it is when we started collecting, and I think Jen Mint fell for the same thing. It was literally like, you saw pictures of the comiquette and you kind of were tricked into kind of thinking you were getting that. It was a little bit of that. It was a bit of a like little switch, what's it called? The bait and switch with it. But
yeah, I don't know if that's particularly fair. I've had the classic Cyclops, the original premium format that Sideshow made with the coat.
So their gun as well, the alien gun as well. That was pretty bad.
That should be number one. That for you. That would look like that was made in someone's shed, like somebody who has no skill at making anything. That was fucking brilliant. Yeah, that was a brilliant one. Hard Brown Wolverine could be it too. That was a weak piece. Regional Cyclops was pretty weak. Trying to think, it's hard for number one. It's a challenge.
You had Mystique. Got rid of that quite quickly.
The comiquette, yeah. The engineering on that wasn't great for me.
Yeah.
That looked like that was going over. It's very thin and the legs are straight and it's like leaning to one side. It was a bit like, oh no, that's not going to last. So that was a bad one. I mean, but you see, the thing is that I've had a lot that are around the same standard. Doing like a number 1 to 5. Really all of mine are around about the same sort of level of disappointment. I've never had one where I've gone, oh my fire. Probably Anti-Venom should be number 1, and maybe Brown Wolverine should be in there, somewhere in there too. But Brown Wolverine's better than the original Cyclops, maybe.
You're making this way too complicated, man. This is why
I know, but this is but it's tough. So maybe I'll probably bump in level of disappointment. It has to be Anti-Venom at number 1, and then I'll probably say that you can put fucking Brown Wolverine, fucking the original Cyclops, put them all in the same fucking category for somewhere in there, because it's the same.
Just to solidify that a little bit more, you do know that the Anti-Venom was actually a longer chain of fuck-ups for you anyway. It weren't just you fucked up by Moon Knight. You fucked up.
I don't want to talk about it.
You didn't want to get Scorpion. And you said to me, cancel my Scorpion and trade it for a Moon Knight.
Yeah, so but I don't regret that, because I regret now not owning Moon Knight. I want XM Moon Knight in my collection. So I'm a little bit annoyed about that.
The origins of your, Anti-Venom fuck up go deeper. I just want to say.
I got the Ghost Rider and Fronin. I like that. Wasn't it's not great, but it was
Ultra on Throne was nice. Ghost Rider on Throne. I think the thing about Ghost Rider on Throne,
their blades ain't great.
The thing about that is the fact is when we had it in the time that we had it, because there's a lot of that as well. Which you have to remember. When we've been collecting for this amount of time, that certain pieces, if you look back at a review 7, 8 years ago, we're going to say something was good because that was our reference point. So
of course.
If we get that piece in now, it's going to be a different story. Some people will come with the video going, "What the fuck? I can't believe you like this piece of shit." And I'm like looking at it going, "Well, yeah, this was from 2013 or 14. There wasn't.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. You have a point.
Anyway, let me just catch up on these comments anyway. So, Buster Marks, I would like to ask Gio about his painting of the She-Hulk. Have you ever seen her read before you did it, or is it just based on a comic image?
We go back to that question again. Just let me see that question again.
Would you like to? I would like to ask
one
you
of her all read before. I saw a couple of people who had attempted it and did a really shit job. And then when I did mine, I actually did get some other pictures of one that is actually a really decent job too. But yeah, obviously it's a difference in character. So the Red Hulk being Betty Ross, and for me, Betty Ross is kind of more important than Jennifer Walters. I know that people might like the She-Hulk, but Betty Ross is like an OG's mainstay for the Hulk. So, for me, transferring as well was a little bit easier because of the two portraits. that I went with. Johnny did his She-Hulk and changed it into the Sideshow one and changed it into the red She-Hulk, and that's a nice conversion that he did there. But yeah, I think that it was just, I got it in. I got it for a reason. I got it for a reasonable price, with the idea that I would convert it into a more realistic, sexier kind of Hulk. So, sadly with that though, I have to let her go. That's the worst part, because I was stupid again. I in the display behind me that she's there. I didn't get her out of the box before I sent her off to the painters and put her in that display. And if I had done, I would have realised that fucking tank base is absolutely massive, and I'm definitely not getting Hulk transformation in there with the Red Hulk and her. My plan was to have all three of them in there, but that's not ever going to happen. They're not going to fit. She's her base, and she's massive, so it's much bigger than I anticipated. So sadly, I'm going to have to say goodbye.
Okay, so I'm just writing down some of the comments, because we have to switch over shortly. Okay, let me put this back. All right, we'll cover that afterwards with the Prime 1 stuff. I don't think, to be honest with you, Studios have announced they've got Beasts, and they're going to make an Apocalypse and some other X-Men. They've got 14 X-Men pieces in line, apparently. I don't think that means Prime 1 will get it, to be honest with you. Short answer there. I made a mistake on my first batch. Depressing. Talking of CGC, Final Fantasy, Fantastic Four 5, and bought a 3.5 of 3,800, one recently sold. Jeez. Yeah, with the lockdown comics have really sharp. Jesse Hernandez in the house. She does. This is his wife. Send them to me. I'm tea towels. Simply dirt cheap. She doesn't read comics, but she helps me grade them. Yeah, she's been looking into a lot of stuff. I see the posts. Really, really good. She helps with the website too. Yo, Mark Carlin.
Yo, Marcus.
I've been watching some crazy shows on Netflix called Sweet Home. Been told about that, actually. Is that the one? It's quite similar to Battle Royale. What are you drinking, Gio?
I'm on this like because it's Christmas. I'm on this pineapple and raspberry cider thing. So.
Yeah.
Established in Nelson, New Zealand. Fucking Kiwis, motherfucker.
Narcos. Yeah, Narcos is meant to be really good. Helmy in the house. What's up, players? Helmy.
Yo, man. OG, motherfucker.
Zombie. What was his name? Zombie. Oh, fuck. I've forgotten his name now. Something zombie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I heard you like hentai, Alex. Brian, right? When I went to Japan, Brian and someone else was trying to get me to go and look at all this hentai shit. That was absolutely nothing for me at all.
Is it cartoon? Is it cartoon porn?
It's like the Japanese cartoon porn. I mean, I'm a pervert, but that stuff is way too far for me. Way too far. You guys watch Glitch on Netflix yet? So sick. Not heard of that. I watched Project Power the other day as well. Crap. Don't even know what happened at the end. I fell asleep. Pennyworth is pretty good. That's the one about the butler. What's the butler called? Alfred. Been watching Warrior recently. Worth a watch. No. Warrior is meant to be really good. Warrior is like an Asian TV show based on something. No. Yeah, Warrior is meant to be really good. I've read about that actually. If you like Banshee, I advise you to watch Warrior based on Bruce Lee. Yeah. That's the one I want to watch, definitely. Warrior is the best show right now. Not enough for Warrior. 40 Hours is one of my go-tos.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
My wife watches Big Bang. Yeah, my girlfriend watches Big Bang a lot. But she always watches, every time I walk in, she seems to be watching the same episode.
What one is
for anniversary to the set. Wow. I know that guy, the collector who passed away, Joe. I remember he was a massive Big Bang fan, and he
Did he get to go on?
Before he passed, yeah, I believe he did.
Good.
My favourite show is Breaking Bad, The Wire, Mad Men, Band of Brothers, and 24. Breaking Bad was phenomenal. I watched it. It was a bit slow for me. A bit slow. I would love to rewatch it because it's meant to be really, really good. Damn, I'm late. How's it going? Well, you are late because we're going to go on the other one soon. Played Paul with Kelsey Grammer in a bar in New York in 1996.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, on a pedestal. Happy Christmas, Alex Gio and the Titans.
Man, love, bro.
Merry Christmas, my friend. Howdy, fellas. And Boombucks. I won away, RaddTitan. I won a Border in the Blizzard Illidan piece while it was on sale, 25% off. I think I should do another unboxing assembly video. I still don't think I'm ready. Yeah, but do it. Send it across and we'll work on it. Hit me up on PM and we'll go through some.
We're not gonna talk over the top of it and review it for you because we don't do reviews from afar and all that sort of shit. So we'll just put some music on it or some if you're not comfortable talking, because that's the way you got to fucking do things and not mislead people. It would be advisable. Am I wrong? Am I fucking wrong? Am I wrong?
I don't get it. When there's a video or something.
Guy gets a piece, he's not happy with it, and someone else talks over the top of it and says all the positives about it. What the fuck's that?
Hey, dude. Hey, guys. Ross from Sydney, wish you both a safe Merry Christmas to you all and your families. We love the show so much.
God bless, man. Means a lot.
Hey, dude. Cobra Leary. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, bro. I have 3 statues until not much regret there. Well, no.
You say that now.
Impulse collecting. Happy holidays. Superman Kelly booked his first 6 this year. Sold Sideshow Wolverine. Had it 2 weeks. It was under scale. Next time I have 1/4. Otherwise, great Wolverine Sculpt. Depends on which one you're talking about. Because we're talking about the one on the snow. You might be talking about the one on the hand. If you're talking about this year, I don't know.
Yeah. That's night and day. That one.
Marvel Meddins in the house. You're just talking about
the brown one. Yeah, I spoke to him earlier. He was eating fish and chips. He didn't want to talk to me. Can you believe it? Gio called him up to have a chat, and he was like, "Dude, I'm just about to sit down and eat fish and chips. Gonna call you back."
He's honest.
Gio don't fucking call back twice, bitch.
Hello from the States. Richard Gauthier, happy Christmas. Wow, happy Christmas, bro.
Thanks, man. That's lovely.
It's going to refill.
God bless you. Love to you and yours, my friend. Thanks. He comes on every week as well. This is the best part about these chats is when people actually, you see the names and you know who they are. It's nice.
Names. Well, that's the thing as well. So you see a name. I mean, obviously, Richard's an easy one to remember because it's his name. Cody's an easy one to remember. It's his name. But Mark as well. There's guys as well where they'll. And even the guy who commented today, I noticed. I said, "You've changed your name. You used to be Super Soldier," and I pick up on that. It's hard to remember.
Like that, man. You're very good like
that. His Dark Materials. Yeah, I've heard that's meant to be pretty good. And dudes, Washington Spies is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's on Netflix, originally on AMC, about a spy ring in Revolutionary War. Not heard of it. We've got different Netflix over here, though. Good show,
Mark.
That's
the problem. Ours is shit.
Shit in the house.
Yeah, OG. No, it's OG, motherfuckers.
Sexy Hulk would scare me.
She's pretty hot because she's like, I don't know.
Warren loved it.
She's a bit hot. It's good.
Any counters? Not heard of that.
She can fucking Amazon position me anytime. Red She Hulk.
Every fucking week, you know that. Every fucking week.
You've got to be a certain type of woman for me to allow you to do that.
I don't even think I could do it. I can't.
You could do. You're as flexible as a fucking cracker. You fucking. What are you talking about?
You're the puking, man. Well,
you're fucking joking. People like Misha Tate. Misha Tate can do it. Ronda Rousey can do it. Women like that. That's all fine.
Death this week. XM Panos and Death. Incredible statue. Deserved statue of the year. You only want to talk to me when you're walking your dog. That's true. He only wants to talk to me when he's walking his dog, when he's screaming down the phone at his dog doing something stupid.
Well, listen and understand, right? You of all people, Meddings, know, right? You've got a fucking little baby. You don't want to talk
All
to
right.
me. You don't want to talk to me in a day. Trust me. There's no conversation you want to have with me in a day. Because all you hear is my son go, Daddy, Daddy, like that. You've got no chance.
All right, we're going to switch over. So what we're going to do is, let me just grab this link. We're doing this because there are people on the rerun and they don't like watching all the crap at the beginning, and they won't watch all the chit chat stuff. So
Right.
literally easier to switch channels. So if I go view on YouTube, so I'm just getting this. Hold up. So what we'll do.
I only talk to anyone while I'm walking the dog. There's no other window for anybody.
Here you go, guys. We're switching to this link anyway, so we'll go there. And there you go, Liam Best there. Happy holidays. Thank you, Gio, for telling me about how good Sideshow Cable is. Just made second payment today. Cannot wait. I saw you bought one, and shortly after,
Statue of the
price
year,
went up.
motherfucker. That piece is the shit.
From 750 to 850 after you ordered one, Liam. Cheers, Liam.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. Love to you and yours. Had a tough year, man. I think he's had coronavirus twice.
Congratulations. But she can snap your spine. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be worth it. Listen,
all right.
do it.
We're going to switch over anyway. So take care, guys. We'll see you literally on the other channel. Bye.